Best 15 men's fragrances for fall and autumn time. These are a bit warmer, a bit more sensual for the fall time, a tiny bit sweeter as well. They're just my favorite fragrance season. Like, I love fall fragrances with just deep passion. So let's go. Let's start with a designer fragrance, and it is an amber fragrance, Amber Prom from Prada. This scent is absolutely divine. It just whispers to me. It's this irisy, warm, cotton, plush, nice velvety iris that smells clean and a bit minty. It is a bit like Prada L'Homme, but a bit warmer, a bit more ambery. And I know it's a bit hard to get hold of this fragrance, but man, if you can, do so, because this fragrance is so great. It's just sexy, but in this like calm, collected way. It smells tiny bit fresh, but also really comforting. So it's perfect for fall because you get that freshness and that warmth. It's just so good, and the sillage on this is spectacular. Guys, if any of you own this, leave me a comment down below and just let me know how much you love it, because I'm sure if you own it, you absolutely love it. Next up, we've got a Russian tea from Masque Milano. This scent is not for everybody, but man, is it good. I've got it sprayed here because I just love it so much. It is a black tea, incensey, a bit of raspberry, leather scent. It's a green leather scent. You don't get many of them. It's extremely aromatic. It's got like so much depth, craftsmanship. It's super unique. You can't find many fragrances like this, and it truly just speaks to you. It is a fragrance that is a wow factor. I love when it settles on the skin. It becomes a bit more herbal, not as fresh, and it's perfect for that transitional weather. Especially if you live in Europe and you really get this amazing transitional weather from summer into winter, like that fall is the season to wear this, because this was just made for that. And if you love niche fragrances, you have to try Russian tea. Next, a designer fragrance that I think of when I think of fall, not only the juice color, but just the scent itself. It is magnificent. It was made for fall, and it is stronger with you intensely. If you don't own this, if you haven't smelled this, where have you been? This truly is like an enchanting spell for anyone out there. Like I'm just enchanted by the smell, but I know that any woman out there, like, this scent does wonders. Oh, this is swoon-worthy. It is this nutty, ambery, cinnamony fragrance that is a bit boozy. It's absolutely delicious, and I'm sure, 100% sure, like, come back to me if you don't get compliments for this, because I know that you will. Like, I can say 100% if you want everybody to love the way you smell. This longevity is also amazing. Next up, we've got a fragrance that I got to discover not too long ago, a new Valentino niche/designer fragrance, and it's not this one, but it's in this bottle, and it is called Notte d'Oro, I think. I'm not the best with my Italian, but it is, I believe, a golden night. And that scent, when I smelled it for the first time, I was like, I would love to recommend that fragrance on my channel, because it's this almondy cherry oud scent, and I know there's so many cherry ouds out there, but believe me, this one is so impressive, super long lasting, and it's done with such masterful creation. It's delicious. You've got a bit of patchouli in there as well, you've got jasmine, you've got all these wonderful notes that make it creamy, super expensive smelling, strong, but not overpowering. This is a perfect comforting fragrance, and it was done by Paul Guerlain, so you can't go wrong with any of the Guerlains. Next up, we've got a Valentino fragrance. I'll put the name on the thing because they've got so many fragrances, I can't even remember this one, but the scent itself, I love this one and the intense version, but I would say for the fall time, I like how the scent throw is really nice, and you've got a bit of this minerality. You've got ginger in here, which is really energizing. So it kind of lingers of this memory of summer still, especially if you live in a climate that doesn't get that cold in the fall autumn time. I would say that this would be perfect because it is a bit ozonic, salty, marine-like, whilst also having these deep woodsy violet notes that make it strong, persistent, and even with a cold breeze, it will definitely be smelled. This scent is extremely masculine and you just can't go wrong with this one, I would say. If you are into like non-nonsense fragrances, you don't like your sweet fragrances, you want something just masculine, great performing, great scent profile, this one is perfect. Next scent that is actually just to die for. This is one of my favorites and it's Santal Blanc from Atelier Materi. This scent, if you like a bit boozy, sparkling fragrances, if you like Creation E or Enigma from Roja, this has got that boozy, sparkling citrusiness, but yet the sandalwood, it's so creamy, it's very deep and woody at the same time, a bit more deep than like coconutty, because sandalwood is often just comes across very coconutty. This is more deep, sophisticated, woody, incredibly sexy. This is a fragrance for a god. It smells, you can't deny how good it smells. Now smelling it in the air, it is just magnificent. It's so good. The only downside to me for this one, it is that it dies down quite quickly within 3 hours, so you have to reapply this. But if you're going on a date, or if you want like that, you know, short span of a couple of hours, wear this and I'm sure you'll smell absolutely amazing. It's a spectacular scent. Try it out. It's, yeah. It's so good. Next scent that is perfect for the fall time, and it will always be on my list. Like, listen, I'm not a person who's going to just say new fragrances for the sake of it. I love what I love, and I genuinely recommend to you only the fragrances that I personally think that are excellent. This scent, it comes back again and again every single year, and it's some iteration of Spice Bomb. This year it's Spice Bomb Infrared Eau de Toilette. This scent has got incredible spices, sex appeal. Ooh, it's got this amazing just cinnamon scent, lavender. It reminds me of Rehab from Initio, which is a scent that is niche level. So if you want something that is just as sexy as Rehab from Initio, and that scent is sexy, let me tell you, this is just a great fragrance that smells a bit more unique than many designer scents for fall on the market. Has got that amazing sillage as well, and has got a bit more spice than the original. It's a bit less creamy, so if you like something a bit more like that, try this out. This is incredibly sexy. Next up, we've got a fragrance that again has got a bit more of that marine quality, but it is not a summer fragrance, definitely. So if you again live in a place that doesn't get that cold and you want something that is a bit different, that is definitely not a summer fragrance, then this is my newest obsession. It is Serge Lutens. It is Dans le bleu qui pétille. I don't know what pétille means, I should probably know, but this scent, it is very, very unique, okay? So if you want something that is jaw-dropping, that is different, this is so cool. It is this coriander, really aromatic, marine, woodsy scent. In the notes it says driftwood and algae, and I can kind of smell it. It's a bit powdery, a bit like a Prada fragrance. That clean powderiness, it's a bit warm and ambery at the same time, but also salty and marine-like. Very unique. I haven't smelled anything like this ever. This is a fragrance that really captures you, that is really like, it could be a signature scent for fall, and it's so cool because it's fresh and warm at the same time, which is perfect for fall. Next fragrance is my favorite dupe for Angel's Share actually, and it is Sharaf Blend from Zimaya. This scent looks like Angel's Share, and the scent to me, it is a bit more creamy, a bit more delicious, a bit more praline-like than Angel's Share, not as forward on the apples. It's very good longevity, it's so affordable, and you'll smell edible, literally biteable. So if you want a scent that has got a bit more of that seduction in it for fall, this is perfection, and it won't cost you an arm and a leg. So I highly recommend you this reiteration, this dupe of Angel's Share. Next fragrance is a ozonic leather. Again, that light leather. I think there's something so utterly masculine about a leather note, like a leather dominant note on a guy. I think it's super manly, and it just makes you smell like you know what you're doing. I don't know what it is, but I just love a leather note, and this fragrance is spectacular. It's a Revolution from Carne Barcelona. I forgot for a second. I've got so many fragrances here, and this fragrance, really good longevity, okay? And it's a salty marine violet saffron, which makes a huge difference because it's really just that strong, woody, dry that just makes me go crazy. Like it's similar to like oud wood, that dry woodiness. And then it's got this violet leaf in here. It is so good. I love how fresh of a leather it is. If you love ombre leather from Tom Ford, this is your niche level version. It lasts longer, it's got more sillage, and that saffron note makes it that much sexier. So good. You've still got this lightness in here, so it's perfect for fall, but also you've got like, you know, your leather note, so it's a fragrance with a substance. Next fragrance, it is another favorite, recent favorite, and it is Titanium from Gisada. This scent, it's really warming. It's got this warm lavender scent. It's got iris in here, but also in the opening, it's quite fresh. It's this shower freshness that you get. So it's nice that you've got also this fragrance that could be in the opening, Versace Prom sort of a shower fresh fragrance, but then it settles down and becomes this warm cinnamony fragrance that has got tonka bean in here. It's long lasting, it's powerful, it's really comforting. This scent DNA, you can't go wrong with it. I love it. I think it's a no-brainer sort of fragrance. You can just pick it up, wear it every day. You don't have to think of an occasion that is like particularly good for the fragrance. This is just a nice fragrance for fall, but also all year round. Another scent that is just enchanting for the fall time, it is Oud Hypnotique from Mes Bisous. This is really a hypnotic oud. Oh my gosh, the sprayer. This is a lovely oud that is just rosy, but it's also got grapefruit, which makes it a bit fresher. It's also spicy with a black pepper. It smells chocolatey. It smells like cacao actually a little bit to me, and it's very earthy. It's got a bit of patchouli in here. This is just magic. It just will make you smell like a guy you want to be, like what you imagine success to feel like and smell like. This smells like a guy who is truly successful. I don't know what it is. It is perhaps the sophistication of this scent, the way it just smells. It's just so good, and it lasts. It's a fragrance that I'm just surprised that isn't more popular, because believe me, this scent, it's just heaven. Man, especially that opening, it's so coffee chocolatey. It's so good, but it's not too sweet, because I know you guys don't like super sweet fragrances a lot. This is not too sweet. It definitely has got more of this dark cocoa powder earthiness to it than like straight up chocolatey syrupy fragrance. Perfection. This list also can't be made without my favorite fragrance perhaps of all time now. I just love this whole line. I know I say say I love fragrances a lot, but this one, I love it, and it has got a very special place in my heart. When I smell it, I literally melt inside. If you want to have that effect on people, check it out. It is L'Homme Ideal, the new parfum version from Colognes. I just love it more than even the Eau de Parfum, which I've been raving about forever. This. Just take me to like a storybook romance, take me inside that book and I'll live with you forever. Like this is that sort of a fragrance. It is almondy, boozy, it smells like those like amaretto biscuits. It's romantic, it's warming but fresh at the same time. The sillage on this, it just will make her fall in love with you. It's so good, it's long lasting. It is just a masterpiece of a fragrance. The designer, like you can't get better designer fragrance for me, like better smelling, more raw smelling, more just natural smelling for a designer scent than a Colognes fragrance. And this one is at the top of its game. And of course I'll link all of these scents and any samples I can find for them in the comments down below. And also let me know if you, because I recently was looking on FragranceX a lot. I don't know, do you think their prices have gone up or is it only me? I don't know. If, like, let me know in the comments, because they were like a really great discounter. I bought from them all the time. But I don't know, have their prices gone up or is it just for UK? Is it just me or FragranceNet has got better deals? Let me know, because yeah, that's just something that I've noticed and I always like to find the best deals for you. So next up, we've got a newer Initio fragrance, but for the fall time, I think they just made this for fall. It is Narcotic Delight from Initio, and this, let's whisper because this fragrance is so good. These fragrances, I know I picked them, but they just keep getting better and better. This scent, it is honeyed, warm, cinnamony fragrance that is just so gourmand and also a bit naughty smelling. I find that all the Initio fragrances, they've got that sex appeal. They're not here to just stand there and not like make an impression on anybody. This is a fragrance if you want something to really stand out, to be boozy, delicious, and you want something that is very strongly projecting. It's a strong fragrance, strong presence. I love this. I would say anybody who loves Side Effect from Initio will absolutely love this as well. This is a bit more aromatic, a bit more light, and I find that it's more perfect for fall actually than Side Effect. Side Effect is great as well, but it's more of a darker, moodier scent, even perfect for the winter time. This is a nice in-between because it's got a nice lightness to it. And yeah, I adore this new release from their line. And if you want something cognac, cherry, rose, then this is just your boozy perfection. And another scent that I would say is perfect for fall, and it is a fragrance that is again a very affordable scent, but you guys know me, I don't really recommend you boring fragrances, and this is definitely anything but boring, and it is Derege Porom. This scent, it is a fragrance that when I first smelled it, I was like, whoa, it threw me for a loop. It definitely doesn't smell like the notes listed that much. It's a fragrance that starts off bubblegummy. It's fresh but also sweet. It's got this patchouli tonka bean base, but it's also very cumin, coriander, cardamom heavy, that you just get this strange, really intriguing smell, and it carries on being a bit fruity, very aromatic, and very calming. It's a weird concoction, but it works magic. It truly smells like a niche fragrance, and for the price of a very cheap type of like pulled out of water fragrance. So if you want something truly phenomenal, really different, warm but fresh and clean smelling, This is really good. I mean, I was really impressed. I blind bought this and I still stand by it. It's an amazing fragrance. I hope you enjoyed these 15 fragrances and you found something for yourself. If you did, give me a thumbs up to say that you enjoyed this video, and let me know what videos you'd like to see from me. Subscribe if you haven't already for this men's colognes channel, and I'll see you later. Bye.